Las Vegas Motor Speedway, just next to Nellis Air Force Base. Round number 3, we are here, ready to rock and roll the All-American ARCA Series, presented by Whiteriver LLC, under the sunlight for the first time in this series. Going to see a little bit different racing coming up here in about 20 minutes or so, but right now, it is the pre-race show, so we get you ready to rock and roll this afternoon. Happy Friday to you. Get off my screen. 69 degrees, 24% humidity, partly cloudy skies with 10-mile-an-hour winds. It's your race information for this evening. It's actually the third race of the season. Not sure why that didn't update, but anywho. I am the captain, Chris Scantlow. We welcome you in. As we got a lot of fun things coming up here, let's go through what we need to. We appreciate the viewers joining us here a few minutes early. This is what I've been wanting to do for a while, is have an actual pre-race show. Right now we're looking at 48 cars trying to go for 36 spots on the grid again. So it's going to be a pretty tight qualifying run when it's all said and done here. Let's take a look at the point standings as we enter the race this evening. And as you see, Brandon Barkuski coming off a top 5 last week. A 1-2-3 sweep of Auto Club Speedway for the 2511 team. And Barkuski right now currently leads the points by 22 over Christopher Heller. Stephen Miles, Zach Henry, Cody McCorkle is 5th in points, with Matthew Weeks tied there for 5th. Tim Averill 7th. Austin Bloom, Jonathan Cutlip, and Finley Fitzsimmons, your top 10. As we're only 2 races in, though, into the points championship. Team points, 2511 leading right now, which is kind of an upset because Mountain Man Motorsports down there in 4th. They're usually the team to beat when everything is all said and done. And they're sitting 62 points back right now of 2511. iRacing, strong start for that team with 40 back. And the CX2 team, Casey Carrington's bunch there in 3rd. Fueled Up Racing, 83 back in the 5th position. Rookie of the Year standings, Stephen Miles leading his teammate Tim Averill by 1. Zach Henry 3 back, Ryan Nardone and Larry McKenzie. Those guys all 7 points back. That's a tight standings, and that'll stay tight for a while. Oh, that's going to leave a mark. Manufactured points, Pontiac leading by 15 right now over Toyota. Dodge and Chevy tied with 7. Porsche 10 back, and Ford 11 points back right now in 6th in the standings. I mentioned 6 manufacturers in the run this season when it's all said and done. Take a look at the schedule. Las Vegas tonight, then it's Darlington coming up here next Friday night. Nashville Fairgrounds on the 10th, and then Texas 2009 on the 17th. Sonoma, Charlotte 08, all the way down to Atlanta, and that'll conclude the first half of the season. There will be a championship that goes throughout the season, and then one that only goes halfway, and then a second half that'll start later on in the season. Previous winners, John Eckert won Season 1 here, and Zach Rogers Season 3. Those are both night races. Tonight, again, going to be the first day race we run here in Rock Vegas. So that's going to change things up here in by the end of this evening. Of course, if you watched last night's broadcast, you watched a wild race that happened last Friday night, Auto Club Speedway. Heartbreak for the 11 of Matthew Weeks. Heartbreak for Ryan Nardone But it was the 39 of Zach Henry that ended up going to victory lane in the race. The rookie being the first rookie in the series to do so. Of course, with that win, which was Henry's first, he became the 22nd winner in league history in only a second start. So tonight we'll see if he can make it a 2 for 3, go 67% maybe here when it's all said and done. Let's see if he is in here for me to talk to. He is not, unfortunately, in the chat to talk to, so that's a bummer. But obviously we wish Zach all the best. As we got about 10 minutes or so left, we'll have air qualifying. Of course, they'll be qualifying for the MH Designs Pole Award coming up here in just a few minutes, as a lot of people are wrecking everywhere right now. So shout out to Mike Husby, by the way, for sponsoring the Pole Award. There you see the 91 out there on track. That's the wrong one. Just hitting buttons over here. So Zach Rogers picked up his first win out of the 4 that he now has last season in this race. The Mountain Man Motorsports driver looking to make it 2 in a row at this track. That will be on their website. The best way to go there, it's GreatLakesSimRacing.com. But wait till later to look at that. As we get the viewers in here, let's have a little fun. So, of course, Michael Waltrip does his grid walk, as you might know it as. So, in my case tonight, we're going to do something new. We're going to do something called channel surfing. This is where, on Discord, you're not going to see it, but I'm actually going to jump down into channels, and I am going to ask random questions and go from there. Do that here in just a moment, so stick around for that. All right, back we are. So let's have a little fun here. It's a segment that I've thought about throughout the day, and we're going to have a little fun with this. This is called channel surfing. So basically, I'm going to go walking through other channels here of iRace or of Discord, and they don't know we're going to do this. Only one person really knows that we're going to do this. So I'm actually going to jump down here into the Casey's given me the name like 10 times. I think it's called CX2 Racing. Yeah, hi guys, how's it going so far? Let me get your audios on here. I gave you all microphones, but for some reason the producer's not working out too well. So how's Vegas treating you so far?
I got here late, so not too good, but I think we'll have more speed than we're showing in practice right now.
I got you. Well, that's Mike Husby we're listening to there. Casey, I do have a random question, though, I get to ask you as part of my channel surfing that we're doing here on the Captain Esports Network. You can't hear me, right? Because you're being awfully quiet. Did Casey run away, really?
It's possible.
Somebody requesting me?
Yeah. Yeah, I'm just
here. I'm here.
trying to have a little fun with this channel surfing segment. You go running off doing whatever you like to do before you race.
Yeah.
Don't tell us.
You don't want to know.
No, we definitely don't want to know. But what I do want to know, as part of this, I'm just going to ask random questions that you guys should be scared that I'm going to ask throughout the season. So
laps?
you could say that. This is actually more would you rather. Would you rather go to Australia and join Gareth McAllister in crocodile hunting, or watch all 8 Harry Potter movies with Finley Fitzsimmons?
Well, I mean, it's kind of a trick question because I know Gareth wouldn't get near a crocodile, but I think I'd rather go to Australia than do anything Harry Potter related. So there's your answer.
Okay, so what if there was a Spice Girls reunion?
20 years ago, maybe, but I'm not into the Spice Girls.
I was kind of curious what you would say. So, out of your Casey, one more question before I walk away to the next channel. Out of all your teammates here, which one's your favorite?
Well, I would have said Husby, but I don't think his mic's working. So.
Oh, he was talking to me a second ago.
Well, we'll go ahead and go with him since I already said him.
Wow, Josh.
Wow.
Cody, I'm so sorry.
I might have said Dylan, but he was talking about how he hated Dylan.
Wow.
A minute ago, so.
This is where I'm going to walk away now. Y'all have fun. Now that I've started that trouble.
Yeah, you started up. Now it's time to.
In all fairness, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right.
It's like,
So now I jump down here into this
just
Porsche
looking up.
ARCA team that invited me in here. Yeah, we're all gone. All right, we got Yeah, Jesus! There goes that on the air.
I have to make 1,000 X's in practice.
It's just you made
spamming
it.
into the pit wall.
And Joe just bailed on us. I don't know what happened there.
I moved him out just in case.
Well, that works out well. Finley, so so basically we're doing this segment called channel surfing. So basically I'm surfing the channels of Discord. It's like Mikey's grid walk, except I'm surfing channels and walking around. And so as we're going through practice here, I was going to ask you, Finley, who's your favorite Penn brother, but
Favorite Penn brother? Ooh. I think it's got to be Joe.
I don't know.
oh, Joe's back now. So, Alex, correct me if I'm wrong. You're still a student at the Florida Institute of Technology, correct? Otherwise known as Florida Tech.
That is my brother.
Oh, that's your brother. That's Joe. That's the brother. Okay. So, Joe, question for you. When people reference county line, do you know what that is?
Yes, at the bar.
That no longer exists.
Oh.
I believe. Didn't they rip it down over there off 95?
I could have sworn my professor was there like last semester.
I mean, it could be still there. Every time I've driven by, I don't see it anymore.
I'm pretty sure it's still there. I do know that Phantom Fireworks is very, very much gone.
That's kind of
because
surprising.
It exploded.
Whoa, that's never good. That's not good. But anyways, I digress. That's a little bit of randomness there. Finley, correct me if I'm wrong. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is your favorite cereal?
Oh, I'm not sure if I have them in the US. Like they're called Crave. It's like this Weetabix thing with like a chocolate coating in the middle.
Oh, well, the way you ate up Austin last week, I figured that was the case.
Oh, yeah, sorry, yeah, I forgot. It has to be, yeah.
I got you. Well, I just figured I would check to see how the brakes were. I've learned that I think that's how you won a Texas race. You never touched the brakes.
No. Maybe like right at the end of the tire stint. I have no idea though.
Oh, all right. Well, I guess you guys are going to qualifying here, so I'll go cover that. So good luck.
Thank you. Good luck in the broadcast.
Hey, I'm going to try. So there we go. So there you go. A little bit of a grid walk type of thing as we get ready for qualifying as they go for the MH Designs Pole Award. So, I don't know. Did you like it? Did you not? Give me some feedback, whatever. I probably could have done better. I even threw some drivers on the spot, pissed them off. Did everything I was supposed to do. My job here is done. All right, so qualifying underway for the Sin City 200. As you see, the 20 car, Jordan Owens, had a great run going last week at the Auto Club Speedway, but unfortunately for him, got involved in a late wreck. Hey, Harry Potter is actually awesome. I just enjoyed it. All right, through turn 1 and 2 there. Very bumpy, 18 to 20 degrees of banking. So they go down the back straight away. Good passer on a good lap. He'll probably be the first one to cross the line there. 30-60. Let's see how the laps roll here. Owens 30-74. Bloom at 30-66. Bryson at 62. Remember, 36 cars. Get in this thing. So you're going to see a lot of laps show up here. All of a sudden, Goodpaster still on the pole. Oh, I agree on the marathon part at least. Goodpaster still on the pole. He didn't even make the he did make the race last week, but unfortunately had some issues. 25 cars have run a lap as the 20 locks in P8 right now. Is Barkuski to the top for about 3.5 tenths of a second. Is Bryson to the top of the 30-52. Henry to the top of the 44. We're still not up to 36 qualified. Let's hit last season's winner as he comes off pit road here. Whitley, last week's pole sitter, 30-45 for him. As you see, the 4-car run this top side. Gets the momentum and is going to keep the momentum. He's pretty much going to throw this lap away, it looks like. All right, so we're at 36 right now. Robert Colgan, 31-40 is the bubble time. All right, and now 30-94 from Justin Vandermerel. He's been knocked out. Larry Knoll on the bubble at a 90 right now. Still got a lot of big people to qualify here as Nardone goes to 4th, Abril to 3rd. And you hear him pretty much wide open through the corner here. Jonathan Cutlip, 33rd right now. Trey Holmes, 34th. He was fastest in practice. Cutlip now on the bubble. As Rogers on a pole run, it looks like here. Ooh, did that cost him that grass clip? It did not. Zach Rogers, 30-35 to the pole. Yes, we just rode with potential the pole sitter here. Bubble guide, Nick Terrell right now. Robert Colgan officially out. Larry Knoll out. Nick Leo out. Jackson Van Pelt. Zach Nurnberger. Vanderburel. Stephen Thompson. Kyle Hall. Robert Hill Jr. Justin Ray. Nick Terrell. Cody McCorkle, who finished, I believe, top 10 last week, is out. And it looks like qualifying is all done. Zach Rogers going to complete a Zach front row. And TJ Elaine will be the bubble boy with a 30-67. So basically 0.3 of a second separates first through 36th. We have got a very tight field here. So congratulations to the driver of the number 4. He'll be the winner of the MH Designs Pole Award for MH Designs qualifying. Zach Rogers, part of Mountain Man Motorsports, looking to make up some points. He's had a tough start to the season. And I would talk to him, but the Mountain Man boys are not in Discord. I think this is done purposely because you have to get through the heat race with the guys that did not make the race or whatever. So that's why I think you're seeing these guys here. So great job by Zach. And a tough break for some of these drivers. So yeah, we'll get this. So basically, they'll run through this heat race real quick, and then we'll advance to the warm up. We'll have about 5 minutes. So we'll talk to some drivers now that are, I believe, in this race. Unfortunately, got some drivers that did not make it. Let's talk with. Let's talk with. Trying to find somebody here. Let's talk to Jeffrey. He's in the race day channel here. Jeffrey Goodpaster. We'll surprise him. Bring him up here to the booth. Jeffrey, you got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, man. Good bounce back. I know last week was a little rough with how that race ended. Good qualifying effort for you in the 7 car tonight. What are you looking forward to this evening?
To keep all 4 tires underneath me and keep all fenders in good shape.
That's
Unlike last week.
well, that'll happen sometimes, but now obviously last week it was a mistake or something that cost you. I know it was a tough spot because you were below a card. It looked like, I don't know if you just mistaked where you were compared to that car or whatnot, but obviously it hurt the finish of the race, hurt you a little bit in points. So how do you bounce back this evening?
Playing smart, playing it easy. It's a long race, so I'm just going to try and buy my time for the first half the distance, and then the last half of the distance, I'm just going to put full throttle to the pedal.
There you go. Well, hey, best of luck here. Appreciate your time, and good luck this evening.
Thank you. Have a good broadcast up there.
Thank you, buddy. Jeffrey Goodpaster, appreciate his time in being with us. Let's talk with. Let's talk to Justin here. Justin's in the field, right? No, he did not make the field. You know what? Let's bring Justin Ray up here. I know Justin, unfortunately, as these cars are not on track right now, but I wanted to bring you up here, Justin, because this is one of those tough situations where, unfortunately, you didn't make the race. Disappointing, understood, but obviously just wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit and just kind of get your feelings, what's going through your mind right now as this situation happened.
Yeah, I got first lap. I just wanted to put a time in and saw how far down on the list I was. So tried to go a little harder, obviously, on the second lap and got pretty loose. And in turn 1 had to lift. And I knew right then that it wasn't going to be too good for me. So it's unfortunate. At least I think Craig and Tyler made it in for us tonight. But yeah, I was looking forward to running. Just unfortunately, now with the fields being smaller, it didn't work out that way.
So with this situation happen, what can you do? Because obviously it hurts your, I'm sure, confidence-wise. You're like, man, I got to do better. Does it motivate you to get out there, run some more laps of practice, especially when you go to a track next week like Darlington?
Well, I mean, I've hosted and ran myself privately 2 or 3 practices before tonight this week, trying to get it. And I don't consider myself obviously one of the good drivers. I like to think I'm mediocre in the league, but there's some drivers out there that's in the league that's just real good, put in a lot more time, a lot more years than I have as well. But nothing bad on them. They're just better drivers than I am. And circumstances like last season and this season, you had to qualify your way in, which I think last season it kind of dwindled out a little quicker, but this season it seems to be, which staying pretty firm, having a lot of drivers showing up for the league, which is good. But it does sting a little bit. Can't really do much about it now. It's over with. Try to move on to next week, and hopefully I can make that one. Sucks. One race so far this year out of 3 I've been able to race, so is what it is.
Yeah, well, keep your head up, man. Keep digging, and man, we appreciate you coming up here and talking to us for a few minutes.
Yes, sir.
And good luck to the team, obviously there.
Yep. Good luck to everybody else tonight.
All right, appreciate it, buddy. That's Justin Ray. Unfortunately, I'll let you move yourself there, bud. Unfortunately, not making the race here this evening. Out of the 14 people, I guess, that got sent home for this race. And yes, 2 nights in a row. Get ready. It's going to be like 5 nights in a row here soon. Yeah, now warm-up time about to begin. We'll step away for a quick second here and let you guys enjoy the warm-up and be right back with the Sin City 200 here on the Captain Esports Network. Hey, sweetie.
No mouth.
Let's see. Hey, sweetheart.
Say Lego.
You watching the Lego movie?
What's the name of the girl? Lucy, that's right.
Nice. You okay? Hey, did you like your book?
So much so she wanted to play with it after nap.
Oh, wow.
The nap toy that needs to stay in the bathtub.
Right.
The level of tantrum
Mm-hmm.
exceeded way above 10.
Wow. Let's see. You got to be nice to mommy when she says no. Okay.
No, stop.
All right. Let's say goodnight, sweetie. Okay.
Come on, you were up. You were up at like 3 o'clock this morning and didn't go back to bed until like 5. So, needless to say, I don't know how you're still up. So.
All right. Good night. Good night, sweetie. I love you. Mwah. Sweet dreams. And see you tomorrow. You get a good night's rest, okay? All right. You got Care Bear?
Well, I think Care Bear's out on the couch.
You got Goofy?
Well, get Care Bear? Okay, you gotta go turn on the
Well, I
light.
gotta get off today, so.
Go get Care Bear. Go get him. Turn on the light.
Searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless. A sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it. And I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring.
My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right, ready to rock and roll from Vegas. So we get ready for 200 miles and 134 laps of racing. And yes, you even got to hear Dad be Dad for a minute. I thought I had mic off, but oh well. Let's take a look at the starting lineup. Congratulations, Zach Rogers winning the MHD Pole Award. 30.359 seconds, just shy of the track record. He'll start alongside Zach Henry, who picked up his first win last week at Auto Club. Jonathan Cutlip, who missed a race last week, starts third alongside Mark Whitley. Trey Holmes, Tim Abril in row 3. David Tooker, Ryan Nardone, and Finley Fitzsimmons. Joshua Personette in row 5 as we get you through the grid. Miles, Matthew Weeks there. That's the champ there in 14th. Craig Martin, Larry McKenzie. Brandon Markuski was fast in practice as 20th there. Casey Carrington starting 24th. As you look through the field, Mike Lemieux, TJ Lane, last of the 36 starters. As we look at the race information, 134 laps, 200 miles, 85% fuel, 3 sets of tires. And of course, it is the third race held at the track with the Season 3 winner, the pole sitter tonight, Zach Rogers, leading them to the green. Our campers tonight presented by TrackCams22.com. You can check them out online on Facebook, and they're in the iRacing forums. Their website, though, is TrackCams22.com. Rogers going to pick up where he left off in Season 3, leading the first lap, but here comes Whitley to the bottom. Side by side down to turn 3 and 4, the smoother portion of the two tracks. Whitley taking it to the bottom, slides up in front of Rogers. And Rogers with a crossover. Lap number 3 and already racing hard. I like it. Back here, that's Trey Holmes in that 88 car, even though it's got the Jimmy Johnson 48. He's actually in the 88 there. The 18 behind him, that's Personette and Ardone in the 45. Appreciate the viewers watching tonight. Deanna Piano sharing a 70 on tonight. Brantley Roden, Harpoon Design watching. Of course, excuse me, Aaron Thomas. My man Scott Ramler even joining us for a second straight night. Of course, tonight we're live. Last night we weren't. Well, we were, but we weren't. Tim Averill and those green rims in that 6 car. Up to the 5th position past David Tooker, who actually did not make the race last week on speed. So he's got a lot of work to do after missing. He finished 2nd in Daytona, missed Auto Club, and now got to try to work his way back up through the field here. And I mentioned how tight this field was, only 0.3 of a second separating them in qualifying. And you're seeing more of the same right now in this race. 4 seconds in 6 laps, separating first to 30, actually 6 seconds. Let me correct myself there. There's Rogers pulling away from Whitley a little bit, 0.3 of a second. And our first battle back here, Matthew Weeks in the 11, Finley Fitzsimmons. And that PayPal 06. Trying to battle with the champion there. Finley's lost about 5 positions so far. You see now the 25 looking low. That's the 14th position here, so Barkuski there looking pretty sporty. As we're 8 laps in. There's last week's winner, Zach Henry. Now, one thing we do need to keep track of tonight is there is a bonus point, by the way, for the driver that gains the most positions, which is kind of a tricky spot to be in because you got to make the race first and then try to gain the most spots. So right now, as I look at the numbers, Alex Bryson is up 7 right now from the 16th position up to 9th. He's trying to get 8th right now from Nardone. Like Fitzsimmons got a little free there off the corner. Back here, Tyler Burden, Larry McKenzie, a couple drivers that didn't race last week. And then there's Alex Penn, the 30 car, the Porsche Penn Sport. And there's the chopping car of Craig Martin. Oh, hard into the wall goes the 82 of McKenzie. And that corner is very tricky. It's very easy to do. This car can get tight, especially over those bumps, and get out of shape. So we'll have to see how much that hurt that car. Not much off throttle time right now for these cars. Tooker just kind of flipping the throttle there a little bit, coming off the corner, getting a little tight. That 01 car, that Pepsi throwback machine, Isaiah Sutherland, 16th position for him right now. So fuel mileage should be about 50 to 53 laps, so easily a 2-stopper. Of course, with tire wear, that could be very interesting, or if we get a yellow or 2. And this All-American ARCA series presented by Whiteriver LLC. Appreciate everybody joining us here on the channel. If you're new tonight to the stream, hit that subscribe button. How are we looking tonight? 17 viewers, 4 likes already. I like it. I like it. Let's get to 20. Sure. Tell 2 friends and tell 2 friends. Everybody tight right now. As battle for third, here comes last week's winner, O. Henry. Inside makes the pass on Cutlip for third. So the Auto Club winner passes the Daytona winner. Up here for the lead, Rogers under attack. Here comes Whitley. Rogers carries that momentum topside here, trying to hold him off here. And Whitley's going to clear, so move the 77 to the front, the pole sitter from Auto Club. I'm assuming a lot of these guys brought their cars from Auto Club here because it's kind of hard to go back to your hometown on the East Coast to get back over here. A lot of people in real life actually will use like garages or people's parking lots to fix their cars during after the Auto Club race here this week. So if you live out near like Vegas or somewhere out that way, don't be surprised you see cars getting worked on like in parking lots of businesses. Look at this mess. We got Abril, we got the 18 of Personette, we got Bryson, we got Miles, we got Matthew Weeks, Nardone, Trey Holmes. All these guys, that's about, what, 7 cars, 8 cars under a blanket? Weeks. Unfortunately, after the Auto Club race, felt like he had that in the bag, got yanked away from him. And we just lost Trey Holmes for about a half a corner. It's already 20 laps in, all green so far, so great racing. I mean, throughout this field, I mean, I'm looking, and I'm not making this up. It's kind of hard. I don't think I can get it on the screen to show you guys this. My timing and scoring. We have little integers or separation basically between cars. And every one of my battles except for 4. There are 4 battles right now I'm looking at on my timing and scoring that are more than a second separation between the next car. And that is for 4th, there's a... Or I'm sorry, 5th and 6th, there's a 1.2 second gap. There's a 1.8 second gap, 17th and 18th, and then all the way down at last. So there's actually 3. 36 Tyler Whittemore. The rest of the cars are all within a 1 second ratio, basically, of each other on track. That's how close this field is right now. And now, here comes Henry for second. So this 2511 team has come to life. Kyle Hall watching from Florida. Probably the only state in America that's probably got no kind of precipitation going. By the way, Kyle, thoughts and prayers down there for the stupidness in Orlando. Yeah, it's an area I grew up in over in that, not in Orlando, but to the east of Orlando there. And, you know, so obviously read about that news anchor or the reporter that was killed over there, man. That's just sad. So, definitely as I think of Orlando, I think of that as we're going to go 3 wide through 1 and 2 here. Miles. Yeah, I remember that station. I actually, you know, where I lived in Indian River County, we don't have that channel. Brevard County is the first one that gets channel 13, but I always hung out with buddies of mine up there. And as we watched Miles here through 1 and 2, it was funny because I remember Danny Trainer, the weatherman, kind of an alcoholic, unfortunately. He used to be on He used to be on WFTV back in the day and was on there. I think he retired now, probably. "25 laps in this time by." And there are just, I mean, I don't have enough battles to show you guys. Or I don't have enough, I'm sorry. I don't have enough cameras to show you all these. Look at this. Battle here, battle there. I heard somebody saying that somebody might get wrecked here in a second if they cut them off again. So I'm keeping an eye on that. And now we got trouble. The 01 is around Sutherland. And he gets clobbered by the 20. Jordan Owens literally sent that Pepsi car into the air and bouncing. First caution is out. Let's see if we can go back and get ourselves a replay here of what took place. I just looked and I saw the one spinning at the top of the screen. So it looks like it's going to happen right here. As we do got leaders on pit road, we'll cover that here in a second. Oh, the 18 gets into the back of the 01, and then Fitzsimmons kind of polishes it. And then watch this hit by the 20 right here. Wham! I mean, he sent that car about 15 feet in the air and landed right back on all four. That's impressive. All right, so we'll jump back and we'll show you the replay here in a second, but pit stops right now. Whitley going to win the race off pit road. Henry going to come out second. Rogers going to come out fourth, it looks like. But Alex Penn looks like stays out here. I'm not sure if that's a strategy call on his part or maybe some miscommunication. But let's go back here again to the replay of the wreck that involved the 01. And unfortunately, the catapult that became Jordan Owens. As we watch here from the spotter, you see the 01 gets clear of the 18. And probably he's going to get a little aero tight here, so he probably had to get out of the gas, being behind Miles. Actually, no, he gets a little bit of a run there and then checks up. And the momentum of the 18 and the other guys behind him. And just some misjudgment, unfortunately, sends the 01 around. Now, in this league, first caution you cause, you actually get an EOL. So, not sure I'm listening to see if the admin, who it is, Joseph Penn, what he makes the call here. Look at these cars scatter. Everybody doing a pretty good job checking up, and then poor Jordan. I mean, he landed right on the yellow cone. That thing didn't stand a chance. And then the 82 goes spins, and he takes out the cone again. I think the 82 got the worst of that. Or not the 82, but the cone. All right, so hopefully everybody caught a deep breath here. Because we're going back racing. All right, Whitley and Henry going to bring him back to the green flag here, lap number 28, as Whitley launches. Of course, there's no Geico restart zone right now in iRacing because, or at least in the league, because there's been some issues with it in iRacing. If you want your local news in your hometown, check out Matthew Weeks' Twitch. It's a good start for Whitley. Jonathan Cutlip going to battle for second with Henry. And 3 wide comes Rogers. Alex Penn, I believe he pitted with the pits closed. That's why you see him on pit road. So there had to have been some kind of miscommunication. Watching from Maine. Eat some lobster, my man. Well, that's close to it. I know it's not exactly New England, so to say. But stay warm up there, my man. So 0.4 of a second, Whitley over Henry, and then Rogers, and then Heller, and then Cutlip back to 5th. And for some reason, I don't know what it is, but anytime you see Jonathan Cutlip, his teammate is stuck to his bumper as one car got all scattered back here. I think it was Austin Bloom in the 48. Somebody else beating up the cinnamon car, or the cereal car. You can see the left front damage on that 48. You see the 18 back there. He did receive the EOL for cause of penalty. Well, let's see if he is. I'll let you take a look at it. Jeffrey back here in the 18th position right now, and at number 7. Trying to see what the name is on the car, sponsor-wise, but it's going too quick. All right, he must not have painted the car because he retracted the statement. So Henry has caught his teammate Whitley here. So now 1, 2, 3 for the 2511 cars. Stephen Miles up to 4th. Here comes Whitley, or Weeks, I should say, to the outside of Rogers. Is that Southern New Hampshire University? Back here, Bryson topside, trying to get around Trey Holmes in that 88. You see good passer back there in the 7. There's Fitzsimmons. There's Casey Carrington. Henry's not your teammate. Thank you for correcting. I thought he was. I'll have to talk to Casey about that then. So, I got the team list, but I remember him telling me last... Anyways, I'm not perfect. Hey, 23 viewers. Appreciate that, guys. Checking the old team sheet here. Oh, okay, Mark Whitley. Okay, yeah, I guess it is separate. My apologies. Oh, because Whitley didn't... Never mind. It's making sense now. Whitley didn't finish up in the top 3. He got in that wreck at the end of the race. Okay, never mind. I got it right. Thank you, though. I'll get it right. It's all learning a roster. All that good stuff. Henry all over the back bumper of Whitley, though, as I mentioned. Hey, maybe I made you an unofficial member. I don't know. And Henry descends it in there and takes the lead. So that 39 car picking up where he left off. And goes to the front. And look at Christopher Heller running the Kyle Busch paint there, the BetMGM Pontiac. looking pretty sporty right now in that third position. You see the next 5 races on the schedule. Next week, Darlington, the Lady in Black. And we go to Nashville Fairgrounds, and the Texas track that's actually the old Texas, not new. The good Texas, if you will. Sonoma and Charlotte, the old Charlotte. As we complete lap number 40. Of course, all the races here on the Captain Esports Network, 8:15 with a pre-race, and seems like I got some good positive reviews for the whole segment of the channel surfing. As Rogers has fallen back to the 8th position here. Not sure if he's trying to save some tires or if the handling has gone off on this 4 car, but this Napa know-how is not knowing how right now. And you see Heller has gone by Whitley for second. She saw down the back straightaway there, so you wonder if Whitley maybe is burning that right front tire up a little bit as Heller's made the move. But Christopher started all the way back in the 11th position. He and Matthew Weeks up 9 and 10 positions respectively, as Matthew up to the 4th position. As Rogers and April battle now. And again, this track, progressive banking. So it's 18 degrees down where Zach Rogers is. It's 19 degrees where Tim April is. And where no one is, it's 20 degrees. That's what makes this track so fun to race. And I've said it many times, and I'll say it again. If there is a track that is the size of Richmond or bigger, so 3/4 of a mile, except for Darlington, that track should have progressive banking. That is my opinion, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. When you look at some of the best races you see in NASCAR anymore, a majority of them are on progressive banked tracks. Not all of them, but a majority of them. If you don't believe me, Homestead, progressive banking. Las Vegas, progressive banking. Kansas, progressive banking. You go back to Iowa when the Xfinity cars ran there, progressive banking. '22 almost catching the wall there. Now, obviously, there are some exceptions. California is not progressive bank. Chicago, not progressive bank. Like I said, most tracks. 6 car blinking really badly according to the race. The drivers in the race right now. It's April, who's right behind Tooker there in that 83. Want to get the man a tinfoil hat or something? Owens on pit road, unfortunately, is, you know, he was underneath literally the 01 car for the first caution. So he's probably got some motor damage or something on that thing. Kyle Heath there, 16th position in the 13 car. Haven't said his name. I try to get everybody at least one showing on the stream. I'm not about the front of the field, but I do try to keep an eye on passes and stuff like that for those who are new to the channel. I know some streamers out there maybe like to just hit the leaders and watch that or whatever. I try to keep my one eye over looking at telemetry and the other eye on the screen in case things happen and so on and so forth. Let's go back here. Tyler Burden in the 36 car. Garrett Hess in the 00. TJ Lane, 96 car. Correction, 91 car. Not sure why I said 96. Guys might be back here fighting for 23rd, but they are racing hard. Look at that. Almost 3 wide back there. Josh Dillon in this battle also. There's a lane in the, as I called it last night when I redid the broadcast, the Bill Elliott meets Casey Caden paint scheme. All right, so let's pull up the pit board here. This is the top 10, and when they all came to pit road, you notice all of them came right at lap 25. Make that 26. Sounds like a Chris Stapleton song. But, so obviously you do the 50 laps from there, it's lap 75, so we're about halfway into this run right now. And potentially green flag pit stops. Now, we get to lap 75. That's going to put us right at about 60 to go. So we could be, if we stay green hypothetically here, could be looking at a fuel mileage race here. But Henry leads 4/10 over Heller right now. Whitley in third. Matthew Weeks and Miles, your top 5. Let's go back here. As Fitzsimmons in the 06, there's Casey Carrington. And Barkuski there in the 25. New Hampshire actually is sort of progressive banks. And I say sort of because the bottom groove is actually flat. And then the middle part is, I believe, 6 degrees. If I remember correctly. Because I remember when the original New Hampshire, before they redid it back early 2000s, was straight 6 degrees, I believe. And then they did something with the apron, if they pushed it out or did something, and they made it flatter, I think it is, on the bottom, and then a little bit of banking in the middle. But yeah, if they made New Hampshire like an Irwindale, so to say, or something like that, with like big time separation and progressive banking, that track would be money. Not saying New Hampshire racing's not great, bad. I mean, it, for what the track is, it's got what it's got. It puts on a great modified race, I'll say that. These two continue to battle it out here, and there's the 13 of Heath there behind him. So let me ask the viewers, let me bring you guys in here. Let's do a little live survey, if you will. So this week, in case you haven't heard, and in case you didn't hear the news today, NASCAR did announce that they have sold a good portion of the property. You see Mike Husby there in the Walmart and Dodge. Part of Auto Club Speedway's property for, I think it was $544 million. Somebody wrote a pretty good check. And with that, it is official now that this will be the last race on the 2-mile track this weekend, weather pending, as Fitzsimmons clobbers the wall going into 1. So there's been talks about what to do with this race weekend the next 2 years, because they say it's going to take likely 2 years to get this track redone. Do they, 1, move to another track nearby and race, which would be like Irwindale, for instance, or Kern County Speedway in Bakersfield? Those are the 2 tracks that automatically come to mind. Do they move it to a whole nother place and run it? Or, third option, do they just make it a 35 race schedule? I want to hear your guys' thoughts on that. Or, if you had an opportunity to move it to a track, where would you move it? Back here, David Tooker, Stephen Miles battle for 5th. Wow, did he have room there? He made room. He Tookered that position. Oh, Miles up the track. Got to be very careful. Those bumps in 1 and 2 can be very tricky. Check back here. William George in that 96 car. There's Craig Martin in the 22. Nardone in the 45 struggling a little bit. And for the second time, I've heard somebody get threatened with a ship job. Well, here's the only issue you have with that, which I love the idea. North Wilkesboro only has room right now for about 50,000 people. That's why the All-Star race, I think, is the perfect race to put at that track. Because you're not going to get more than... And look at this. By the way, let's cut that talk off for a second. Here comes Whitley. Saved those tires, got past Teller for second, and now looks to get Henry back for the lead. Or as I like to call the Quackmobile. Angry Duck graphics. So while they battle, we watch this real quickly. I don't know if Wilkesboro would be big enough when it comes to the traffic, the crowd, so on and so forth, to host a cup race that's non-point, or that is points race. That's my only worry there about that. You see back behind him, Matthew Weeks. That's just my humble opinion. Battling with Heller back there is Weeks for third. Then you got the teammates there behind. You've actually got pretty much teammates everywhere right now. Henry able to hold him off right now. See, the sun has come out. Let's pop in the track temp real quickly here over to the right. We're at 91 degrees right now after 1 o'clock sim time. So it is getting a little slickery out there. So while that's calmed down here for a second, Zach Rogers, Alex Bryson, Husby, and Fitzsimmons all fight it out here for the 10th position. Look back from Rogers, you see Husby there in that. Ooh, I see smoke from somebody. Around goes Abril. Tim Abril, the 6, goes around, brings out the second caution. I think Barkuski maybe some issues also. Left front damage on that Jim Cook Chevrolet. So we get a replay here before they go to pit road. Yeah, Trey Holmes there behind him in the 88. I think we're going to have a hook job here. Oh, no, he got into the back of him. Oh, and Holmes hit that wall hard. Okay, Barkuski went through the grass. That's why you saw. And that would be awesome. That'd be awesome, race fan. I would love to have that. But I just know that they're going to need a lot of work when it comes to the demographics goes to my head, but that's not the word I'm looking for. Just the structure and everything. Just, I think they got to get it built up in that area. As pit stops underway, lap 64. We're still 70 laps to go. And race off pit road. Whitley's going to get him. All right, let's see the replay one more again. That's actually Carrington. That's not the wreck. Infrastructure. Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. So once again, we have an impact from left front to right rear on a car. You just see it just lifts the car up and spins it out. You know, obviously, I've never been to that area. I've been to Charlotte plenty of times when my in-laws lived over there a lot, but never to North Wilkesboro in that area. So I don't really have any knowledge of like what the area looks like and what's around the track. But just from what I understand and that kind of thing, and that's what worries me about if they were to try to move an auto club race to say Kern County or to Irwindale, is like, do they have the infrastructure to make that work? Now, a couple ideas that have come to my head. One, you move the race to Sonoma and make the Sonoma race the second race of the schedule. And the reason why I bring that up is because look at the anybody see the Twitter photo that Sonoma put up this week of the track and what it looks like right now? The grass and everything around it's green. It almost looks like Barber Motorsports Park or something now. I think that'd be kind of cool, but I'm not a fan of the second race being a road course. Just my opinion. Number 2, and here is a whole big old wild card. Rockingham. 1 mile track, just got repaved. Put the safer barriers in there. Now, the infrastructure there would be questioned. But everybody remembers, if you're a fan of the 90s and 2000s of racing, what was the second race of the season? The Rock. Just kind of goes 1 + 1 = 2 there. All right, so Whitley. Henry, Heller, Weeks, Cutlip, Miles, Rogers, Husby, Tooker, and Bryson. Going to lead them to the green flag here as we are just about to pass the halfway point. And thanks to the partnership with frontstretch.com, it's going to give us an opportunity. If you got your speakers, this is your chance to turn them up a little bit, because it is time for us to turn it up on the Captain Esports Network. Enjoy the restart. Just to cut in real quickly, it looks like some issues for Tim Abril and Isaiah Sutherland, but we stay green here, so we'll continue. New leader up front, Christopher Heller, top side. Charlie to the lead. Around Whitley, probably going to save some tires like he did in that last run as Sutherland makes an unscheduled pit stop here at lap 72. So Heller becomes, I believe, the 5th leader of the night. Unfortunately, I don't have those kind of stats in front of me. Now let's go back real quickly as we stay green here. Let's see what happened with Sutherland in the 01. Oh, one car got loose right in front of him. He's going to go up, hit the outside wall, and I think the 6 and the 23 and the 01 all hit each other. And we stay green after it, so as we continue on. I agree 100% with what you say there. Though I think they might have to repave it to get an actual points race there. That's my opinion there, but I do agree with what you said. On board with Mike Husby. All right, I'm seriously going to have a talk with Chris Lewis. He really put that in the back of the car. Every viewer should give Chris Lewis a call at once, just to make him mad. Zach Rogers has been having a, shall we call it, helter-skelter type of event so far. He's been up and down the board. Here he is in the 5th position right now, coming up to the back of Henry, who's shown he might be the best long-run car in the field. And apparently Jordan Owens has had some issues. He's towed back to pit road. So Sutherland and Owens, the only 2 cars off the track. Still 34 cars running in this race. Heller looking, or I should say Whitley looking to get Heller for the lead here. As they settle down for a second. Personette, Fitzsimmons, and Davis Warren. Haven't mentioned the 70 car. Davis there in that red, black, and white. It's actually a pretty spiffy Camry scheme. Ryan Nardone right there in front of Davis. Back there, you see Josh Dillon under attack in the 12 car. Good pastor there behind him. You see the 82 who's been fighting it out. Got some damage on that car earlier, smacking the outside wall. This is back around 22nd right now, so keep an eye on all the battles here, making sure we see any kind of passing or any kind of action. I'm trying to get it for you. Under attack. That 18 car of Personette looking to take the position away. Fitzsimmons right there behind him. I thought Whitley had a move for the lead. Not able to do so yet. Big shout out to a couple people, obviously, to the viewers watching tonight here on the Captain Esports Network. If you're new, hit that follow or subscribe button. on the YouTube page. Appreciate that. And also a big shout out to TrackCams for Gourmet. Their website's trackcams22.com. That's the camera package you're seeing. This is the closest thing to real life you're watching when it comes to cameras. Itzvan, who is the gentleman behind the company, literally works on all the cameras, or at least a majority of them, for all the tracks on iRacing, and literally tries to put the closest thing to what you see on TV on the track. As you see Whitley, top side, go by Heller for the lead. All the turn it up that you saw, that was all his stuff. So shout out to Itzvan for his hard work, and you'll see throughout the season, this is our, third year, I believe now, we've worked with those guys, and appreciate the partnership. It helps me out because I am literally a one-man show. I don't like to make things about me, as we see Weeks going for second here. But I am literally a one-man show. So everything you see on the screen, like the cameras, that's all being operated automatically. The ticker and stuff is all automatic. Me knocking things down are automatic. And otherwise, the only thing I'm doing is sitting there talking and calling the race that's in front of me. Oh, little crossover by Henry got into the Mac of Weeks. They get a little feisty up here with 50 laps to go. So it looks like they calmed down here for a second. That battle, by the way, brought Rogers, brought Cutlip, brought Tooker into the battle. And then look at this, 3 wide as they go by the lap car of the 88 of Holmes. Tyler Burden, the 36 car, trying to get underneath the 18. And then back there, the 96, the U.S. Army car of William George, part of the Esports Gaming Network team that's here. I want to make sure I got that right before I said it. So again, a reminder, next 5 races on this schedule, there they are. Darlington next week, Nashville in 2 weeks, the Fairgrounds, and then we hit Texas, Sonoma, and Charlotte in these cars. And, of course, there will be more broadcasts. If you got notifications turned on, you'll notice tomorrow night there'll be a broadcast. You'll see one Sunday night. You'll see one Monday night. You'll see one, you'll see me even racing in a couple races coming up here in the middle of next week. As Heller, this battle has just come alive. Henry, Heller, Weeks, Rogers, Cutlip, all under a blanket. See the cars just porpoising over them bumps. That's where the tunnel actually goes into the track at Las Vegas. Two cautions so far in this race. Been fantastic to watch. Yeah, I think that'd be cool, and I'm trying to add stuff also to the stream. I would love to have an anthem or something to be able to do. It's just really hard on YouTube because they have so many copyrights and things like that. I mean, if somebody has their own personal version of the national anthem and it sounds halfway decent, I'll put it on the air. And that kind of thing, but I think those kind of, actually there is one race. Is Is it Le Mans? Somebody help me if you're a road guy watching right now. Is it Le Mans where they actually do the flyover for the 24-hour race when we're running that? I'm trying to remember. There was one track I remember as like the race was starting. I heard something flying, and I'm like, what in the world? And I looked up and saw a flyover. Oh, and around goes Heller into Rogers. What in the world? And caution is out. What happened? Last season's winner, Zach Rogers, has gotten turned after some contact up at the front. And there was actually a manual caution thrown because of it. iRacing did not throw a yellow for it. Let's see if I can track this replay here. But this starts right here with the 52 and Matthew Weeks in the 11. Weeks went to make a move. Heller threw a block. And I don't think Weeks was having any of that, and he sent him packing. And Rogers, unfortunately, is a teammate to Weeks and gets clobbered. And here comes the field pretty much behind him. And the reason why the caution had to be thrown manually there was actually because Rogers hardly really spun on the track. He spun down on the apron the whole time pretty much, all but like a split second. So that's what kept the green out there, but the admin felt it was best to throw a caution there, and that's what he did. Is race off pit road, Mark Whitley with a quick stop. And matter of fact, we got some fuel only here. Whitley, Miles, Bryson, and Husby all taking fuel only here, it looks like. Henry, Weeks, and Cutlip tires. So now the strategy really coming into play here. You know, with the tires in play and who's got what left here. All right, let's talk to somebody here. And this is going to be a driver that, unfortunately, is not really running towards the front here. Let's go back here to the 24th position. And we've not had a chance to speak with him on the air. And I want to talk to Mike Lemieux here for a second. Mike, you got a copy, buddy?
Yeah, I'm going to be honest. I gained a lot because of that. Yeah, can you hear me?
Mike, you got a copy, buddy?
You got me.
There you are. Hey, buddy. Hey, no, I want to chat for a second. We haven't had a chance really to talk to each other here on the air, but I know you and I have talked a little bit on Discord, but of course with Whiteriver LLC and being a sponsor of this series, your story, man, was really cool when you and I talked a little bit. Share that a little bit on the air. I know maybe more of a nutshell version since you're going to go green here in 2 laps, but man, what was the inspiration and all that stuff behind this?
Well, I've been doing this for a long time, more than 20 years, and this is a way to give back. So it's nice to be able to sponsor somebody like Casey and get his league out there and get the broadcast going.
So obviously you're 24th right now, and you've got yourself up against a pretty good group of guys here. How's the racing been out there?
It's been good. I've been very conservative back here, just kind of saving it. I'm already back here anyway, so I just want to finish in one piece.
There you go. Any kind of goal outside of one piece, top 20? What would be a good realistic finish for you?
Yeah, all 4 fenders on it.
There you go. That sounds very ARCA-like, if you will. So, hey, Mike, man, we appreciate what you're doing for the league and stuff, and we wish you the best with not only Whiteriver LLC, but also with yourself in the race here tonight.
Hey, great, thanks.
Absolutely. Mike Lemieux about to go green here. As you see the 11, I'll move you down here in a second. We'll just get you to the right channel. There he goes. And you saw Matthew Weeks going to the back and gets the EOL for causing the accident there. But yeah, Mike there put his sponsorship on the league, so we're very appreciative of that. And as you see, he's not really the whole talk about the Whiteriver sponsorship type thing. He's just doing it for the love of racing, the love of iRacing, and what Casey's done for this league, and making it one of, if not the best, ARCA racing leagues in iRacing. I mean, obviously when you have over 1,000 at least leagues in iRacing. All right, so strategy-wise here, Joshua Personette stayed out. He did not pit here, so he's got tires back to lap 63. He's your leader. Whitley, fuel only. Miles, fuel only. And Bryson, fuel only. 1 through 4. And then tires from 5th on back as we go green in Vegas. 40 laps to go. Now, unfortunately, it does not tell me if drivers took tires or not. So my guess is with the timing of how long they were on pit road is what I'm going off of. You can't really see when these cars get lifted off the ground on pit road. It can be hard sometimes, so I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Whitley and those guys did not take tires. As Cutlip kind of blinking out a little bit as here comes the herd, if you will. Miles up to 3rd. 3 wide back behind him with Bryson, Henry, and Cutlip. They're 3 wide behind that. Business is picking up. As here comes Henry Personette looking to go to the top side here. So what is the gains and the losses in this situation? Basically, those who took tires right here are banking on this race going green the rest of the way. If a caution comes out, say in the next 20 laps, 15, 20 laps, the race falls into the hands of those guys who just stayed out. And look at Casey Carrington jump to 5th. Here comes Barkuski. A lot of the guys that were running mid-pack coming up through the field now. That 41, Jake Finch, we hadn't even had a chance to talk about Jake at all. Jake in the, is that Pit Pass Network number 41 car? As he gets a little free down there on the bottom. Up front, the Daytona winner, Cutlip. And the Auto Club winner, Henry, fight for the lead. All of a sudden, here come the Z-Line boys. As I said, it seems like Tooker's stuck to the back bumper of Cutlip. It was the old joke back in the 2000s of the 23 car, which was the Dale Jr. Michael Waltrip tandem. What do we have here? If I can do the math here real quick, was that the 111 car? One car jumping out of line back here mid-pack. Is that the 41 I just saw? It was not. It might have been. Oh, and around goes the 77 and the 18. The cars that did not pit. And once again, Whitley gets involved in a late race caution. I think this ended up being a lot bigger of a wreck than what we saw here. Let's see if we can digest this. Oh, it looks like Goodpaster got into the back of the 77 here off 4. So we got some 7-on-7 violence here. Dylan does a good job, and everybody scatters from here. I think that was Miles that got a piece of it. Bryson goes around. Tyler Burden goes around. Looks like Alex Penn maybe getting some damage. That just made this race interesting. Obviously 77 on older tires here. Goodpaster gets a good run. And just gets right up on the back of him, and unfortunately just misjudges or something there. But look at everybody scatter. There's Miles making the contact, the 18 into the 15. Nice job by Heath to miss. Nice job by the 19. Alex Penn goes around 93. Cash James stops. Now, the good news about these ARCA cars, the way they're built in iRacing, is they're very, very, very durable. I mean, you go back to that hit that the 01 took earlier. I mean, if he was able to get his car all fixed up, he would be able to battle. I mean, it's one of those kind of things. So, from what I'm seeing here, it looks like pretty much everybody involved in that accident came to pit road here. Burden, Bloom, Martin, Husby, Abril, Cash James, Tyler Whittemore, William George, and then Whitley and Goodpaster all came in here for tires, it looks like, at least, if not damage fixing. So we'll have to keep an eye on those guys. I don't know if 7 or 8 laps was long enough to let the tires fall off to make a move here. So definitely put an interesting twist into this race. All right, so we should get one to go this time by. One thing I didn't get to do earlier when we had the Turn It Up segment, so I want to put this up on the screen, front stretch. You see them over on the right side of the screen there. Let's see, a motorsports website that I have the pleasure of being a news writer for. I'm actually going to be working tomorrow, covering, which hopefully will be racing on the track. So you can check out frontstretch.com right now as they talk about the final season of racing on the 2-mile oval, some dirt track action that has happened this week. There's another icebreaker race going on, and so much more. You can check it out if you're an IndyCar fan, F1 fan, dirt racing, ARCA, NASCAR. It's all there, frontstretch.com. Give them a check out, if you will, and you might even find a couple articles I've written recently. But they, of course, sponsor the Turn It Up segment. All right, 30 laps to go this time by. It is the Z-Line front row, if you will, of Cutlip and Tooker. Then it's Zach Henry, who's been up front all night, just like he was last week at Auto Club. Brandon Barkuski back up there at the front himself. Casey Carrington has slowly worked that number 9 Dodge up to 5th. Ryan Nardone has snuck up to 6th. How about Fitzsimmons up to 8th? Finch up to 9th? How about Dylan up to 10th? It's like a whole new crew up here all of a sudden. And caution back out, and around goes somebody into the wall there, the 90 car. And then wrecking over here back straight away, or into turn 3. Looks like April, it looks like the 93 of Cash James. I don't really see much there other than a couple cars spitting out, bringing the caution. Oh, Austin Bloom got turned. And once again, the serial car is getting killed. Go spinning into 3. Oh, and April just loses the back end, it looks like. And you saw the 90 kind of get turned sideways. And 5th caution comes out here, and caution's starting to breed cautions a little bit here. Ah, there you go. Huffman's a good one. So it looks like, I'm trying to see if there's a little net code with this or not. I mean, Bloom goes low on the 91. No, they hit each other in the 23. Then there you see the 6 just gets loose. Let's I'm looking through, like, I'm looking over here to find somebody to talk to, as I believe we're gonna hit 2 to go this time. You know what, let's bring Josh up here. See if the lights go off on the pace car or not. They're still on 2 to green this time. Bye, as Josh Dillon. You got a copy, buddy?
Yes, sir.
All right, man. So you and a few others have kind of hung out, let this race come to you, and now you're sitting up here at the top 10 is we're starting to breed a little bit of caution fever here, maybe, potentially. Hopefully not, but that number 12 Dodge has looked pretty sporty tonight. How we feeling?
Nervous. It's so hard to pass. I don't know how to pull it off with these guys up front. Everyone's going everywhere, and the bottom line, middle line, it's all the same. It stalls out.
Well, as you get towards the front here, obviously, a lot of great racing, 2-3 wide. I mean, how do you keep yourself up here to top 10 and not let the others come passing you? I know you said it's tough to pass. How do you keep yourself up here?
Look in the mirror, try to figure out if they're going to go low, get in front of them, but I don't want to throw a stupid block and be that guy, but I'm just going to drive in the rearview mirror.
All right, everybody, we have a Joey Logano in here. Nice mirror driving. No, I'm just kidding, bud. But hey, no, you're doing a great job, man. Keep up the good work. I know you got a good little leader there in front of you there in the 9 car, and all the best, man.
Hey, I appreciate it.
Absolutely, buddy. That is the 12 of Josh Dillon, who is running up here in the 10th position. Lights are on the pace car. Or off on the pace car, I should say. We'll go back racing. 25 laps to go. enjoyed your Friday night and the broadcast here so far. Hanging out around 20 viewers. Very nice, guys. Appreciate that. Spread the word as we continue our quest to 1,000 subscribers. Got to 600 pretty quickly, and then it kind of stalled out. And here now, in the last couple of weeks, I feel like that number has started to grow back up a little bit. All right, pace car pulling back in as we go back racing. 24 laps to go, the Z-line front row. Piano's talking about the 70. Mr. Warren up to the 7th position there. Now, Dylan did bring up a great point. This track is very hard to pass, and it's because of that progressive banking. I mean, you're trying to make a pass on the bottom, but that middle groove comes alive. And it can be very tough. You got to try to get what you can get on a restart here. And then from there, it's just do the best you can. Biggest mover, by the way, in this race, as of right now, I'm seeing Jake Finch from 34th to 7th. So he would get himself a bonus point right now if this race were to end. But if is a two-letter word as big as the world. As there's Lemieux back there in that 40 car battling with Matthew Weeks. Mike Husby's back there. Alex Penn, who's back on the lead lap. This is back at the 14th position. Lemieux said he was just being patient, letting the race come to him, and that's what he's done. Now he's got a chance at a top 10 potentially in that Whiteriver car. Barkuski up to second, now looking for the lead. Everybody say, let's go somebody. I like it. Open channel. Feel free to chat. I love chatting with the people, with you guys, in case you haven't noticed. I'm all about the racers and the viewers. You'll never hear me make it about me. I don't like to be like that. I'm not that guy. '71. In the 41 and 70 there. It's the 45 in Ardone right there with them. Taylor Henry, appreciate you watching. It's a Cass May, appreciate you. Anybody else I haven't given shout outs to tonight? Oh, Cody McCorkle, I see popped in here for a second. Kyle Hall, obviously, I saw you in chat earlier, by the way. I saw you kind of just listening, I think, to me talking or something. Everybody got to see my nice being dad moment of saying goodnight to the family. Part of Indianapolis is he from? I actually lived in Lafayette and Kokomo for a couple years. And actually, it's kind of funny that the 36 Tyler Burton lived in Kokomo when I was doing radio there. Isaiah. Dude, I assume you've seen your replay now, but you caught probably a good 10 feet of air there, my friend. Cutlip about a 10th or so on Barkuski. Took her there in third. Henry fourth. This battle right here is right outside the top 10 as Weeks. Remember, he was EOL'd earlier for that accident with the Christopher Heller machine. And he's worked his way back up here to 10th. Trying to fight underneath Josh Dillon here. Battle of a couple dodges. Matter of fact, 3 dodges under a blanket. We gonna go 3 deep of dodges? Appreciate that, sir. Four, 14 laps to go. Jonathan Cutlip, Daytona winner. Not only did he win the Daytona 200, he won the preseason Thunder race also. So if you count that in there, he's got a chance to go 3 for 4 here in the first 4 races. And the only race he didn't win is, well, the one he didn't even start. But as we've seen throughout this race, we've seen comers and we've seen goers. We've seen some save their tires and all of a sudden show up at the front. As here comes Tooker back to the inside. That would be kind of crazy if the top 2 in this race ended up not even racing last week at Auto Club. And there goes David to the inside, takes the 2nd position. So Husby ended up getting past the 11 car of Weeks, and now here comes Tyler Burden to the inside. So Weeks all of a sudden falling off a little bit in this 11 car. Field kind of spreading out now as they've kind of worn the tires down here after a couple runs. 10 laps to go this time. Does anybody have anything for the Z-Line crew up front here? Henry's right there on the back bumper looking to make a move. Barkuski's there. Carrington about 1.3 seconds back. And Cutlip had a kind of a rough lap there because Tooker and Henry got a lot of momentum back there. As Henry hits the outside wall. Not sure how hard he got it there, but he might be okay here. Keeps on digging. As I said, this car can take a little bit of a hitting. Down the back straightaway into turn 3. And then look back here as Burton caught the apron. Had to check up a little bit there. Oh, and Bloom, who, by the way, is back on the lead lap in 14th. What a comeback for him. Made the save there, and the 96 is going to likely get around him. Six laps to go. Last season, Jonathan Cutlip came into this league about mid-season of Season 4, which is when we took over the streaming here. And he had some fantastic runs, had a couple top fives, wasn't able to break that victory lane. But finally, he came to Daytona in the Season 5, won the preseason Thunder, and then won the 200. And now, as they say, after the first win, it gets easier. Is that the situation here? Is Tooker going to try to pressure him? Does Henry have more of a run coming? And the other question, of course, is, are we done with the other stuff, if you know what I mean? Four laps to go. As Burden trying to slide job on Husby. Very tough move to do from when you're behind him. A for effort, though. Carrington underneath Barkuski for fourth. As they find it out, Tooker and Cutlip have put a couple of hundredths on Henry, so it's right there at about a half second with 2 laps to go. Carrington going to slide up and clear Barkuski. Here comes Nardone with him. As they'll come off turn 4 and see the white flag, final lap. Can Cutlip hold off his teammate? Down the back straightaway into turn 3 and 4. What a start for the Z-Line team here. It'll be their second time finishing 1-2 in the season as Cutlip wins his second race in 3, or he starts in the Sin City 200. And it sounds like there was a wreck off turn 4. But once again, and these are drivers, by the way, a part of Mountain Man Motorsports, but I call them the Z-Line crew because they got the same sponsored cars. But, man, Cutlip is kicked off 2023 with a bang here. So for Cutlip, it's his second career win, 8th start in his career. as he burns it down and goes to victory lane this evening. As we take a look at the finishing order, Cutlip wins this second race of the season already. David Tooker finishes second. Zach Henry third. Casey Carrington and Ryan Ardone finishes in the top five. Barkuski falls back to sixth. Great run for Davis Warren finishing in the seventh position. Kyle Heath missed a race last week, finished eighth. Matthew Weeks in ninth. Austin Bloom finishes in the top 10. How about that for being a lap down and involved in a couple accidents? And we'll go back and review this accident here in a second. Mark Whitley comes back to 11th, so nice comeback there. I'm sure he's going to be disappointed in that. Tyler Burton, 12th. William George, 13th. Larry McKenzie, 14th. And Garrett Hess, 15th. Mike Husby, 16th. Craig Martin, Jake Finch finishes in the 18th position. 19th goes to Alex Penn. Tim Averill, 20th. 21st to Josh Dillon. 22nd, Tyler Whittemore. Cash James, 23rd. Christopher Heller, disappointed in 24th there, unfortunately, with the incident there. Mike Lemieux, unfortunately, 25th, falls back there at the end. Jeffrey Goodpaster, 26th. Personette finishes 27th. Zach Rogers in the 28th position. 29th goes to TJ Lane. Stephen Miles, 30th. 31st, Alex Bryson. 32nd, Matt Stewart. Trey Holmes, 33rd. Finley Fitzsimmons, Jordan Owens, and Isaiah Sutherland, the 36 finishers in this race. Let's go back and see if we can find the accident. That took place. It looks like it's somewhere. Let me hit the pause button here. It happened in 3 and 4. This is 1 and 2 right now. So let's watch. It's going to happen somewhere, I think, up near Mike Husby, maybe. They're going to the corner. Oh, and Burden jacks up to 12. And everybody just scatters for positions here. See if not sure if the 12 just did not get a good run off the corner, if the 36 just got to the throttle too quickly, or let's see, there's the 41. He becomes a big victim of this too. And Tyler just drives it into him. There are probably some unhappy campers, I would say, after this race. But a couple of happy campers going to be the guys that finish top 3 here. And let's talk to the third place finisher, Zach Henry, in the 39 cars. He joins us in the broadcast booth. Zach, appreciate you coming over here to join us, man. What a start to the season has been for you. Of course, picking up that win, which, by the way, congratulations last week at Auto Club Speedway. But tonight you come back and back it up with a third place run. I got to ask the obvious question there. How much was the car hurt after smacking the wall there off two?
I don't know that it was hurt too much. I mean, I think I just burned the right front off. I knew that I was kind of on the tail end of what I had left, and I had to try to get around. I had to try to get around him then, or I wasn't going to have enough to even make an attempt at it. So that's kind of all that was. Other than that, I kind of matched him the rest of the race. So I don't think I hurt too bad. I just think I ran out of tires.
Yeah, obviously you showed the great run, great speed you had, especially in the long run, coming through the field like you did mid-run to, what, 4th to 1st, I think it was at one point in that race. But, man, talk about the start to your season here. It's been a pretty good one here, especially the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, for sure. You know, Daytona's Daytona. And being in a new league, it's a little hesitant to race people how I typically would, just because I don't know who does what and what the tendencies are. But I appreciate everybody coming in here and racing me really clean. I've had zero issues with anybody in any of these races. Auto Club was a lot of fun. It's always a fun track, when you can run 3 and 4 wide, and we did that several times in that race and didn't have any issues. So I've had a lot of fun running with these guys, and just a strong start is. It just makes it that much better, I guess. And then Brandon and Chris, my 2511 teammates, they've also had a pretty good start to the season. I know Chris got involved in some stuff today, but they've both been really, really fast all season long up to this point as well.
Yeah, you guys have kicked off a pretty strong start to the return, I guess, with 25-11. But, man, nice job. Congratulations on your P3. I know that'll help you points-wise, and send a shout whoever you like to.
First, gotta thank my awesome wife for the support. I know she's watching and always rooting me on every week. Obviously, the 25-11 teammates, Chris and Brandon. It's fun running with those guys anytime I can, and I feel like we're always fast and competitive wherever we go, and it's just fun to be competitive with each other as well in these races. Let's see, Undercurrents, the sponsor on my car, that is a pop punk band out of Dallas, Texas that my brother-in-law is a part of. A bunch of cool guys, and I love to support them when I can. And all the admins here for All America ARCA for Let Me Race, and I've like I said before, I've had a lot of fun running this series these past 3 weeks. I think it's been really competitive, and I think the way that it's been admin is different from what I've seen in other leagues, and I think there's a lot of really cool things that they do.
Absolutely, man.
And then obviously you,
ahead.
Chris, for doing a great job in the broadcast booth.
Did not mean to cut you off there, buddy, but no, I appreciate it, man. Great start, and man, looking forward to chatting with you more up here in the booth with some great finishes. So great job, man.
Thank you.
Yeah, you too, buddy. That is Zach Henry in the 39 car, finishing in the 3rd position. And you know what? Since they're getting pretty good at doing this, let's just bring the whole Z-Line crew in here. The 111 car joins us, picking up their 2nd victory. And you notice I'm pluraling the words here now with these two. They both finished 1-2 at Daytona. I have a feeling something last week, as Tucker got loose in qualifying and didn't make the race, so I think Jonathan probably pulled the cord on his computer to say, you know what, if Tucker's not racing, I'm not either. And then here they are now tonight, 1-2 again. So next week at Darlington, you won't race, right?
Darlington's one of my favorite tracks, so I'm definitely going to try to be there.
I was going to say, John's going to be there. I don't know about me, but John's will be there.
Well, I was going to say, what a start to you guys, man. Jonathan, I know obviously this is one of your 8th start. You kind of got going a little bit last season, and now you guys kind of, I don't want to say laid back a little bit tonight, but like it wasn't one of those things where you guys were like the fastest cars, but then when it counted, you guys showed up.
John, I'll let you take the answer on this one.
Yeah, it definitely wasn't planned to start. It was definitely a huge track position game at the beginning. Even the end, it was like that. It was just so much on throttle time. It was hard to make passes on anyone. Even with the tires wearing out, it would just stay the same speed. So it was just track position was huge tonight.
So I got to ask this, David, because this is being somebody who's been on iRacing 10 years. It's very hard to, outside of Daytona and Talladega, to stick with your teammates. How in the world are you able to literally just attach a hook, if you will, to the 28 car and just follow them?
No, it kind of just falls into our lap kind of that way. On that last restart, I think it was around lap 98, 97. We were starting, I think it was 7th and 9th on the bottom line, and we were kind of just came to a thought that it's just time to push, time to go. It's crunch time, and we decided just to push as hard as we can through the field in a short amount of time, and we found ourselves 1-2. I mean, I didn't really expect it to work out that way. That's just kind of what happened. We decided to finally turn on the boosters and get through the field, but unfortunate for Mark, he kind of got caught up in an incident. He was really fast tonight, and same with Brandon and Zach Henry as well. There was definitely some fast guys up there, but just to know he was pushing hard at the right time and knowing when and where to capitalize on spots, and we were able to do that tonight.
What's your thoughts of the season so far? Did you guys expect this?
Absolutely not. To be honest, going into Daytona, Daytona's probably, John knows this, it's one of my worst tracks as far as getting into the race and actually making it, because my qualifying efforts are rather poor. But going into Auto Club, yeah, I got loose in qualifying and just honestly just a rookie mistake on my part, just really took myself out of the race, which was unfortunate. But I knew coming into tonight it was going to be a big race for me and on making it in qualifying because, like John said, this car was really tough to drive and get away from the guys behind you. Really, it was just the pack was so dense and tight. It was hard to pull away. But no, I'm very happy with how the season started. I'm happy with a 1-3 at Daytona and a 1-2 here. So hopefully we can keep it going.
Yeah, absolutely. And man, it was a great job. We'll give you guys the floor to send some shout-outs out. Jonathan, congratulations. You have 2 wins already in 8 starts. That's 25% if I do the math correctly. So I should talk to you again at Nashville, I'm expecting.
Hopefully, if things work out well, they will.
Well, Darlington's next week, though.
Yeah.
No, send some shout-outs, guys. Go ahead.
Go ahead, John. It's all you.
Pretty much our entire friend group, like they've been awesome to race with. It's cool to still be able to do this, and thanks to you, Chris and Casey, for putting this together. Joseph for race control. Like they've put together a fun league to just race in. It's been a blast.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Go ahead, David. You can. Good.
Yeah, I want to give, just like John said, all of us here, all of Mountain Man Motorsports. It's a big group, big team, a lot of fast guys. So as much as it is us going up there competing for wins, it's everybody in our team. I think we had Matthew Weeks and Zach Rogers battling it up there with us too at one point, but Zach kind of got the short end of the stick on a pass that just went wrong. But no, we had all of us battling up there for the win at one point. So as much as it is me and John, I'm very thankful for this team. It's I feel like we're pushing ourselves so much to get faster, and I feel like that's just helping us perform so much better. So shout out to everybody on this team, everybody All-American ARCA, and also you again, Chris. Thank you for what you're doing up here. I love watching these races because it's so much fun. These races are so much fun to do, and this league is such a great racing platform, and really appreciate what you're doing up here in the booth.
Appreciate that, man. Well, great job. And I did learn, by the way, David, that you have your own terminology in this series.
Oh, really? What is that?
I've learned that when you're fast and you don't qualify at Daytona, you tookered the race or qualifying.
I'm not sure about that one. I don't know who came up with that.
I'm not going to mention names, but I mean, I've heard you got a tendency, and you did comment a minute ago, which kind of opened up the wound there, that you struggle at qualifying at super speedways.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. That's my weakness. But it's gonna be an interesting Saturday meeting. I'm gonna find out whoever said that.
All right, well, great job, you guys. Enjoy.
I better know who it is.
I'm not mentioning names. I'm not one of them kind of people.
We'll figure it out.
It was not me. All right. So, good job, guys. Congratulations. Go celebrate.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, Chris.
Absolutely. Tooker finished second. Cutlip finished, well, in victory lane. But they both came and celebrated. Nothing wrong with that. Congratulations to both of them. And now I've got David on a spree to see who said what. I love starting trouble. It's kind of funny. All right. Well, what a race it was. Fantastic. Hate it for those who were involved in incidents tonight, especially those who ran well. I know one in particular, Mark Whitley. I can see in chat right now he's not too thrilled, and that's fully understandable. Having 2 top 10 runs and unfortunately getting ran over is very disappointing. I can totally understand his anger right now. So, hey, big shout out to Whiteriver LLC for sponsoring the series. Big shout out to the viewers for watching tonight. Appreciate you guys. I do have a broadcast tomorrow night, FYI. As long as the Xfinity race goes well and finishes or gets rained out. But looking forward to that tomorrow night. It'll be at 9 o'clock Eastern time. So come join us for that. Otherwise, we got one Sunday and Monday also. And we'll go from there. But thank you, viewers, for watching. Racers, great job today. Great race here in Las Vegas. Again, the next race coming up for these guys will be next Friday from Darlington, the virtual Darlington Raceway. That is one of my favorite tracks, actually, to race on, let alone broadcast. So I cannot wait to put on a show from the Lady in Black. That's going to be a lot of fun. As we head out, always remember, this isn't just a game. It's iRacing. See ya!
searching for greatness in a sea of the dying and shameless. A sea of the aimless. I don't wanna be one of the nameless. I'ma wake up with the mindset that one day I'm gonna make it. And I don't think I'll be fine if I don't break my limitations. Don't try to stop me, I exist to write my own story. I'll make a decision if I want some peace or if I want the glory. Yeah, don't want a life that is complacent or possibly boring. I just want a life that is worth every day exploring.
My whole life I just wanted someone who would notice me. My whole life I just wanted to be somebody to be. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, I just wanna be great. Yeah, yeah.